Everybody, it's Romania Black. It's been a long time since I've done anything with Ace of the Diamond, and I have deeply missed reacting and talking about Ace of the Diamond so much. We've been very active in the Discord. I have been super excited on Patreon over the last few months because there have been new people get into the series. There's been people like slowly whittle their way through the episodes. We've been talking about those episodes and what people think about them. So I feel like the Ace of the Diamond Discord has been probably one of the liveliest channels, oddly enough, on my Discord on Patreon. I think mainly because I love it so much and because we can just talk endlessly about the characters and everything about it. But there's been one chapter that I, back a few months ago, I was like, oh, I'm going to record the remaining chapter of Ace of the Diamond, and I was wrong. There were two remaining chapters, and this is the final one of Act 2. Now, recently, TJ Terajima, the mangaka for Ace of the Diamond, has been getting ready and is putting out a one-shot manga boxing thing. Everybody says that the main character looks like a cross between Furuya and Sawamura, which it is basically Sawamura with Furuya's hair. Basically, I know nothing about this boxing manga other than the stills that I've seen, but when it gets translated fully into English, probably from the website that I'm using for this one, for this chapter that I'm going to be reacting to, I will probably react to the one shot because I really like TJ's writing. I like TJ's work. It'll be fun, but I'm glad that the mangaka is doing new projects. They're drawing again. They're kind of creating things at their own pace, which is really exciting. I do hope they one day will go after and go back to Ace of the Diamond, even if it's not a full Act 3. I would really love some like epilogue chapters, kind of like little standalone epilogue chapters. Maybe Terajima could do one for each character and say like, here's a 27-page chapter for Sawamura. Here's a 27-page for Ruya. Here's Kuramochi and Rio, and here's Haruichi, and here's Miyuki. Like, and the characters will overlap, and he could do like standalone chapters for each of them and what they end up doing. I think that would be amazing. I would love that. Petition him to do such things. But I'm gonna hold out hope that we get more Ace of the Diamond content after this chapter. I'm also holding out hope that they will be animating the 4th season. It's a massive project, but there's so many good moments of that season. And now that it's officially finished, Act 2, there's no reason why Terajima should not be doing there's no reason Terajima should not be doing the anime or getting that promoted to finish up the series. I want to see some things animated, damn it. So until then, I'm going to keep this channel ongoing for Ace of the Diamond until we get that anime. I'm going to have my fingers crossed, but we're going to be doing a number of things in this video. One, we're going to be looking at the 27-page chapter 308.5. I have no clue what it's about. No clue. It's in between chapters 308 and 309. If you ask me what those chapters were about, Romania is a little bit hesitant to tell you what that is, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I want to say it's before the final game. Maybe. We'll see. Perhaps. But not only that, we're going to be looking at shipping tiers. I've been asked to do a video where I rank the ships of Ace of the Diamond, so we're going to do that. I hope I remember them all. And do that. And then, first of all, before we start any of that, I've gotten a package. There was a lottery system online. Ace of the Diamond merchandise is really hard to find. I've made my own jersey before. I've been gifted some jersey from some very generous Japanese fans. And then I've also stumbled across just random merchandise that people have either sent me or that I've stumbled across. And this is one of them. So there was a lottery where you could get stickers, you could get a postcard, you could get a vinyl stand. I didn't have a lot of money to buy all of them, but I did a lottery for just like a postcard and some stands. So that's what's hopefully in here. Now, the thing about lotteries, I don't usually like these because you don't know what you're getting. You could get something you don't want. And I'm like, ugh. But it's Ace of the Diamond, and of all the choices, they all looked good. So I was like, it's probably going to be fine. So we're going to see which ones I get. I've only cut this box where I can open it, but I've not actually looked inside. So we're going to do this first because everybody was like, what did you get? And I'm like, well, I'll show you. And then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm super excited. So thank you for ordering. Thank you for shipping to the US. That's the other thing too. I feel like in Japan there's a lot of Ace of the Diamond merchandise, but it is not globally available, which is so frustrating. So let's see what we get. Okay, there's two things here. All right, we'll go open up the first thing. Oh, I really wanted something with May, so I was hoping one of these is going to be a May. Okay, there's 2 cards. Oh, okay. Well, this one is Miyuki hitting the ball. I love that one. That one's awesome. I love that. So I'm glad to get that, first of all. That's a good card. Yay. I don't know, but look, okay, I have the 2. These 2 are inviolate. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know you're getting this one. This one just, I guess, was a freebie they give you. Just being like, thanks for supporting Ace of the Diamond. All right, well, let's do the little one first and see which card it is. I just want something with May. That's all. I don't feel like that's hard to ask for. Oh, and they put it like in between this so you can't see. What a bunch of bitches. Oh, the sticker. Oh, yes. Oh, it's Kuramochi. I can't complain about that. Look at Kuramochi. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, that one's really good. I like that. It's so tiny. I wasn't expecting it to be that small. But it is perfect for like my laptop. So that's awesome. I can't say no to Kuramochi. That's a good one. That's a good option. All right. So we'll see what we get here. Oh my gosh, here's number 1. Oh. Look at them. Look at them not wanting you to know. Oh, ooh, which one is this one? Oh, there's a stand. I don't want to throw that away. Oh, man, speaking of Kuramochi. Look at Haruichi and Kuramochi. Look at them. I don't have anything supporting them, so that's a nice big stand there. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. Yes, I'll take it. I'll take it. I really want a Misawa one or a Miwa or a May one, so I'm hoping this is one of those 2. But if not, I won't complain. It'll be fine. Oh, come on now. Ah! Yes! Oh! Fates be praised! It's them! It's them! It's the scene! It's the scene! Ah! Yes! Oh my god, that's the one! I either wanted May, which is fine. I'm sure there'll be more May merchandise come out in the future, and I'll be able to get some one day. Or I wanted the one with the 2 of them and the scene. The scene that most... If you are not a shipper, reactors are like, why is he looking at him like that? And I'm like, because they're in love, damn it. My BL moment, the moment that TJ made this a BL, I wanted that captured. And so, yes. Good. That is awesome. That's amazing. When I ordered these, I didn't know that it was a lottery. So at first I was like, well, that you can't pick which one you get. So I thought it was maybe like an error on the part of the website. So I put in the little description box. I'm like, I want this one and the one of May. And the guy, the very nice customer service man, was like, oh no, it's a lottery. It's random. You don't get to pick. And I was like, okay, cool. But if you get a chance to help me, I would like May or the Misawa one. I'm sure he was like, bitch. So he just sent this one out of sympathy. But since they're packaged up like this, I don't think he gets to choose. I think he just picked 2 out of a box and was like, here, give her these. But I don't think he knew. So luck of the draw. Yes. So excited. And I'm happy to get Haruichi and one of Kuramochi, and it'll go with the sticker. I'm happy to get those. That's nice. I can't complain with that. So good. That was worth it. That was worth the lottery. Usually I don't like the you can't see grab bags, because usually you don't get something good in them. I don't know. I've never had good luck with them, so this is like the first time something great's happened with it. So yay. Score. All right. Well, that's put me in a great mood. So being in that great mood, let's go ahead and we're going to dive into chapter 308.5. Like I said, I don't exactly remember where we are in this part, but I figure half the fun's going to be me figuring it out as we go. So now I was told by Kelsey on the Discord that the first page of this chapter is spoilery. It's like giving away what happens in the chapter. So it's just like a cover page. So instead we're starting with the first page, which is page 2 of 27 of the manga. So that's fine with me, but we're going to check out chapter 308.5, see what we get. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Oh, October and September. September, the U18 Super Round. U18 third place match. First round preliminary representative selection. October Fall Tokyo Tournament Lottery. And then the finals October 8th. Oh. Oh man. How was U18? Is that Furuya and Sawamura Miyuki? Is that them up there? It is. Oh, it was interesting. It felt different compared to when I was a Tokyo representative. Oh, okay. Oh, because he was on the U18, so he was on the national team, wasn't he? Like as a representative? They're all egoistic, reliable people. Some teams have members where they're physically like monsters. The Korean team was strong as well. Oh, then I'll say it. What are they doing? What are these two doing back here? I have a request for you, Miyuki Senpai. I love how Miyuki right there, he looks very like satisfied, like he was so happy to get to play with really strong teams, right? Because Miyuki's all about that. Miyuki's like, I want to be challenged and play the strongest team. So he looks so pleased there to see like teams from across the country and across the world. Because if he's talking about a Korean team, what is this request? Would you please have a serious match against us? What? Against you two? How does that work? How's that work? A serious one? Yes, a serious one. Oh, with Furuya and Sawamura, what? Miyuki's like, did I miss something? What? How's that work? We want to have a serious match against the super high school catcher, Miyuki Kazuya, who is said to be certainly become a pro player. Well, I don't know if I'm going to get nominated or not, though. No. You're even featured at U18 on television. Isn't the fall qualifiers starting for you guys, though? Oh, this is happening. Oh! 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 Oh, this is in the future. Oh! Oh! This is the future. So he was a representative after that was all over. Kanemaru is captain. Oh! Oh, I love that. I'm totally okay with that. It'll be good stimulation before the main match. Oh, and it's everybody. So this is in the fall. So summer Koshin was nationals. Okay, Romania's getting her bearings back now. So, okay, I was thinking this was in the past, but no, this was after nationals in the fall. Miyuki's off was in the U18 on television, and now they're coming back to get ready for the fall finals. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! I'm okay with this. Oh, can we participate as well? Oh, look at Yui and Masashi and Koshu and them. I want to bet too. Oh, Masashi like just has the energy coming off of him. Koshu looks like he's bulked up a little bit, right? Does anybody else think that? Everyone's saying they want to watch too. See? Seriously. Miyuki doesn't look that different, right? That was maybe what was confusing me. If I beat you, you can't pass as a pro, right? I'm good if you manage to suppress us, but if you can't get a hit in, I might get disappointed. Don't add pressure. Oh, that's Kuramochi. Oh, he's grown his hair out! What? Kuramochi! What? His big little pine cone porcupine hair? Y'all seem to be doing something fun. Oh, look, and Zono, we want to bat too. Man, Shirasu is a freaking beast. Like, why did it take us until nationals to realize Shirasu's potential? Am I the only one that got to that point until nationals where I didn't realize it? Because Shirasu's like bulked up and is a monster. What? It's not every day we can try hitting the pitches of two pitchers representing Tokyo. Oh. Oh, yeah, because Nori's not there. Well, no, Nori's in the back. You can see him in the back waving. Will your studies be fine, though? Don't mind us. Oh, Nabe. Unlike the guys that got picked, we've been clinging to our desks. So we can't wait for our retirement match. Oh. We'll be the umpire. I'll draw the lines, and I want to field too. Oh. There's a Kataoka looking fine as hell, like he just came from a mafia meeting, and Ochiai looked like he came, from a Dollar General. Oh. Okay. Oh, Sawamura gets to go first. Of course he does. Of course he does. Maybe Furuya has inherited Miyuki's ability to not be good at rock, paper, scissors. Although Kanemaru would be the one going up to do rock, paper, scissors in the future if he's captain. Oh, this makes me so happy. Okay. Change after 1 out. Okay. Yeah. It'll be a 4 at-bats match. Is that okay with you? Oh my gosh! Oh, we're getting this little match with Miyuki! Oh, what is this? A wooden bat, huh? You're not gonna use, it's okay. If I'm gonna be a pro, there shouldn't be any excuses. Oh, Nori, I want to pitch after all. Good, you should. Look at Shirasu! And Ono's like, I'll catch for you. Oh, Shirasu and Nori are like also a ship that came out of nowhere, which we'll talk about. Oh, man. We're using all of your pitches to seriously get him out. And Koshu's being catcher with him. Ah! Gee! Yeah, it won't be a match otherwise. Koshu's like, energy, understood. You're even more fired up than me. That's because Koshu's like, we need to get him out. Oh, and Yui, you're fine with me, right? Yes. Thank you very much. I want to see how far I can get just with my fastballs. Let's give it everything we have. He's the first person who can catch my pitch in full power after all. The first person, but Yui obviously can too. Oh, I love this. I love this getting the hints that Yui and Furuya are like a battery and they work together so well. And then Koshu and Sawamura. Oh, this is that damn tease for third year that I need. That I needed. Yes. Oh, come on. Oh, Seto. Yes. Give it our all. If you're not doing it seriously. Oh, Captain Kanemaru, it just feels so good. This feels so right. Feels so right. Are you okay not fielding? Yes, I want to see it from the side. I like Kurmochi with his hair grown out that way. It surprisingly looks well for him. Oh, look at Asada and them. Asada would have been... Oh, you can see Weasel Boy there. His hair's grown out a little bit differently. Oh, and the third years and the first years. Oh, yes. I couldn't forget the sound of his mitt that day that I came to this school. Let's start with an inside. Because I came to Sato, I can be who I am today. Oh, with him and with Furuya looking on and being like, yeah, and it's like this is such a bookend to start out with Miyuki catching for him, and now he's throwing against Miyuki and has the next generation of catchers with Koshu. Oh. This pitching is my farewell gift to you. I'm going ahead and I'll be waiting for you. Oh my God! Oh! Shut the frick up. I want that other page as a poster to frame. Oh my God. Oh, is that it? No, that can't be. It's only page 16. Where are the other pages? Oh. I don't think the experience of the intense year and a half that Salmer and the others went through can be expressed in just around 80 volumes. But I did my best to draw it. Oh. I mean, if you told me that the reason TJ didn't want to draw Act 3 and draw Sawamura in his third year is because Miyuki wouldn't be there, because it's like Miyuki and Sawamura, even though we know Koshu's coming up, I get that. I mean, I do. I really do. But it's just like, these characters are so good. I needed this chapter. I needed this chapter as like closure to be like, yes, no matter what happened at Nationals, no matter what happens for year 3, that page of Miyuki being like, I'm waiting for you, and Sawamura giving him that gift before he leaves high school. Oh. And there's volume 34, which is kind of mirroring like the first volume, right? Damn. That guy and that guy too. They're all amazing people, damn it. Oh. Wow. So what was page 1? I want to see what page 1 was now. To know if it was supposed to be yeah, I was gonna give away the whole last part. Oh my god, no, y'all, that page. I'll be waiting for you. There is no heterosexual explanation for this. Just I would sink out of my seat if I could. I would sink into the floor if I could, but I don't want to mess the camera up. Oh my god. Oh, my heart. I needed that. I think one of the big criticisms for where Act 2 ends is it just ends, and there's not this like little epilogue, right? I mean, there are epilogues. There's lots of little side stories and stuff like this, but there's not this epilogue where it's like showing the two of them having closure and Salma being like, this is my pitch to show you where I'm headed as a pitcher, and for Miyuki to be like, I'm going to go pro, but I'm going to wait for you to catch up. Like, I needed that. And Kanemaru as captain, can you imagine? Because way back when, Kanemaru was like, I don't know if I'm going to be captain. I'm keeping track of you boys and like all this stuff here. I mean, yeah. I feel like Kanemaru being captain, it feels right. Feels very right. Oh, man. Well, that was so fun. That was worth it. That was worth the wait. I'm glad I didn't have to rush that. That was worth waiting on it. And now, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That was amazing. Yep. So, fair. Okay. So, with that being said, I am going to be talking about ships because it has been requested on the Discord for the rest of this video that I do a shipping tier. Because I didn't really get a chance to, right? Didn't really get a chance to do a shipping tier with y'all prior. So Anime Annie has shared this link to this shipping tier that was created that basically has it split into 5 categories. And this is honestly the best that I have found and that I can see here with all the different ships that you could rank. There are soulmates, obviously, case in point. Platonic soulmates or BFFs for life. I like that that's an option. Cute. It's just cute. Respect it, but not for me. I like that one. I like that it's like, yeah, I could see that. I totally respect it. It's not my cup of tea, but I get it. And then why would anyone ship them? That one's really cruel. I'm going to wonder if any of these are going to fit into that last one. This is going to be interesting. Now, the good news is, thank God, they actually write the shipping names on these pictures. Otherwise, Romania was going to be so confused. But good news for us that we have this. So yes, so let's, I'm going to restart this video to show you all what this tier looks like, and that way we can go over it together. I don't know how long this is going to take. Maybe not a crazy amount of time, but y'all want to talk about these ships, and I'm excited to hear your thoughts down below as we go through them. So we're going to start this shipping tier here and look at it here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Man, we have quite a lot to choose from. And so I feel we should probably start with some that are very obvious, right? We'll start with some that are very obvious. And of course, they're like all here. Misawa, what did we just watch? What did we just read? Misawa, they are such soulmates. Let's be real. It is the moment that this, I mean, it had been hinted throughout the manga that these two are meant for one another. I'll be honest, at the very start of this series, starting it, when people were talking about Miyuki and Sawamura, I was like, I don't really see it. Because at the very beginning, you know, Sawamura was with Chris a lot and Miyuki was with Furuya a lot. And so I was like, are y'all, this Sawamura and Miyuki shit, Miyuki kind of hates Sawamura right now. Are we sure about this? But as the series went on, and Sawamura, what I love that TJ did was develop the relationship between Sawamura and Miyuki, where it did kind of start out kind of on ice and slowly kind of melt, and gradually they became more and more close. And then by Act 2, that's when their relationship really gets going, and that's when moments like this happen. This is the moment that was like, this is a BL. Terajima has given us 80 volumes. He's tried real hard not to hide it, but this was the moment I was like, this is like literally a BL. You know that, right? And from then on, there was just no hiding. And he literally named a chapter "The Power of Love," and I was like, he had to stop because it was too obvious, right? But Misawa is like soulmates for me. If you've read the fanfic Crossfire, that's probably one of the best fanfiction I've ever read. That one was just like it just cemented it as well. So yeah, I absolutely will not deny Misawa's soulmates. Totally on board with it. Yes, please. Yes, please. What we got here? Kanazawa. We're gonna go through the Sawamura ships first. I respect it. I can't say I can't understand why anybody would ship them. I respect it. It's not for me. I see them more as friends. I don't see them as platonic soulmates or BFFs for life, but I see them more as just friends. But if you shipped Kanemaru and Sawamura, yeah. Okay. It's going to be really interesting if, you know, you go that third year route with Kanemaru being the captain and Sawamura being a third year and being like your ace. There could be some exploration there, which of course, you know, gets into the Misawa is soulmates in game, but I can respect it. If you ship them together, yeah. I think Kanemaru would suffer because I don't know if Kanemaru can handle Sawamura like Miyuki can handle him, right? I don't know. I think Kanemaru would get frustrated with Sawamura and just be like, get out of here. I don't know about that. What else do we have? Wakasawa are platonic soulmates. Wakasawa are platonic soulmates, BFFs for life. I don't see them romantically at all, but I totally feel like she is going to be like, do you know some weddings where they have female, like the groomsman has like a female, like part of his party, and like the girls have like a guy bridesmaid, a male bridesmaid? That is literally what will happen at Misawa's wedding. Wakana will be there like on Sawamura's side in like a tuxedo and be like, hey, what's up? And then Kuramochi will be over there with Miyuki being like, hey, what's up, Wakana? And they'll be like, I think that will be what happens between them. Speaking of which, are they on here? Where's she at? Where is she at again? She has to be, yeah. Speaking of which, we might as well get this out of the way. Super cute. I'm more of a Kurawaka shipper, if we're going to be honest. I love the idea that Kuramochi is fascinated by Sawamura having this girlfriend, and like tries to get in contact with her through Sawamura's texting. I would love to ship Wakana and Kuramochi. I think that would be so cute. And plus you have like Sawamura's best friend from school, Miyuki's best friend, and Kuramochi. You have the friends' best friends getting together. That trope, I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm all for it. And plus, Wakana and Kuramochi, they just seem like she could handle him and he would love her. So I'm all about that ship. I think that would be a lot of fun. Why would anyone ship them? Karisawa? I don't see that at all. And that's not a bad thing. I want to say first and foremost, this little green square of why would anyone ship them? I don't mean that in a negative or bad way. And I don't mean disrespect. I'm just confused. I think the green box is going to be where Romania is really confused. Like, but why? So, whereas Kanemaru, I see a foundation there where I could see Kanemaru and Sawamura's relationship leading to a ship. It's not for me, but I get it. I don't get the Karisawa ship. I don't understand why the ship would be there. It's very crack ship. I mean, they've talked together. But I don't quite see it. I'm like, meh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Same with, I respect, but it's not for me, Harusawa. I mean, I get it. I get Haruichi and Sawamura. Sawamura, Haruichi, and Furuya were like the OG trio of first years together. And Kanemaru and Toji are there as well, but they're kind of like the B side of it, I feel. And so if you talked about, especially in season 1, Haruichi and Sawamura making a ship, I see it. I respect it. It's not for me, but I see it. I respect it. It has a basis. It's not just out of left field, but I get it. It makes total sense. Something else as well that is, I respect it, but it's not for me, is Furusawa. Furusawa, again, Furuya and Sawamura are two of the best sports rivals of any sports anime I've read or watched. They are so good in terms of being rivals and lifting each other up and respecting each other and making each other better and challenging each other, but not like agreeing all the time and being different and each having their own strengths and weaknesses. And it's just, their story is so compelling. But I view them more as rivals and friends than I do shipping them romantically. So, but I get it. The people that do it, I see you, I get you. So yeah, I respect. Mad respect, just not so much for me. Now, the one that I do really see that I'm like, yes, please, is Haruichi and Furuya. I think that ship is really cute. I like the idea of Furuya and Haruichi. They are the two trio members that kind of bonded over the course of the first season into the second season and beyond. I think that they work really well together. They're super cute. I really like it. So I like that ship a lot. And plus, I think Haruichi gets Furuya's quietness and he works off of it. It's weird. I feel like Haruichi opens up around Furuya because Furuya is so quiet. So Haruichi kind of has to fill in the silence and fill in the gap. And so I think it works. I think it's a good ship. Yep. Yes, indeed. Other Sawamura ships. Let me see here. Haruo. This one has Haru and Sawamura. I see it. I see it. I don't quite. It says Harume for some reason. I think it's supposed to be Sawa. I think that was just a typo since it's a picture of Sawamura. I see it. I definitely think it's cute. It's just not my cup of tea, but I see the basis and the foundation of it, so that's really fine. Now, I think that Raisawa, they are BFFs. I really love Raichi and Sawamura as friends. I feel like they would have so much fun together. Raichi is so quiet off the field, and Sawamura is just loud all the time. So I feel like Sawamura would get Raichi out of his shell and take him on like fishing trips and stuff. And I feel like Raichi, who's kind of quiet off the field, would like going fishing with Sawamura. I think they'd have a good time. I think that they'd be friends that when they're off the field, they're able to... I think Raichi would like... Oddly enough, as ironic as it sounds, I think Raichi would like chill Sawamura off the field because he's so quiet when he's not playing baseball. And I think Sawamura would also bring Raichi out of his shell. I don't romantically see them together, but I see them as besties. I see them as like friends that could totally get along, have a great time together, and I totally dig it. I like it a lot. And that kind of goes in the same line if we're looking at the same thing as Kurosawa. Like Kuromochi and Sawamura, they are best friends forever. They are brothers. They are like platonic besties. They are like Kuromochi will be the best man at the Misawa wedding on both sides, right? I feel like, well, I think Furuya might be on Sawamura's side actually, if it's not Wakana. So I could see Kuromochi like being Sawamura's best friend forever. And since he's also Miyuki's friend, it's like, and while we're on the same page, we might as well put Miyuki and Kuromochi here too, that they're just platonic soulmates, besties, they're best friends for life. And I think Kuromochi's always going to be that one anchoring friend for both of them, which is really great. I love that. That's a lot of fun. Okay, what else do we have here? There's some here that I'm like, there needs to be another category of like guilty pleasure. There needs to be like another category on here, right? There just needs to be. I mean, I'm not going to put this under soulmates, but Masako and Pudding, cute. adorable. Wish we'd gotten more of it. I know some people are going to be like, Romania, that should be under soulmates. But I mean, I feel like it's just right there in the line. We didn't get enough of it to satisfy, but it was still a nice ship to have, right? Okay. Oh man, I honestly need a guilty pleasure category on here to, if I'm being honest, because this is getting a little bit hard. There's some on here I'm like, ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Are there any that I'm like, why? Well, yeah. Oh, y'all are gonna be like, what, really? Oh, I like Kanemaru and Haru. That one's cute. Kanaharu is a cute ship. I like that. I remember them interacting a lot in the manga and in the anime, and it's cute. I just want Kanemaru to be happy, so I think that's a cute ship. I totally would support that. I think that that's cute. I'm all here for it. Yeah, that seems fine. As far as platonic besties and friends forever, I feel like Kuramochi and Asada, they're also going to be like best friends for life. Same way with Asada and Sawamura. It's like once you're in that room together and you're roommates, you're like BFFs forever. That's just the way that it's got to be. So I fully appreciate Asada being best friends with Kuramochi and Sawamura forever. I love it. I wish we could see Asada like as a third year. I wish we could see that, but that's, TJ's like, I can't illustrate every character throughout every year of their career. And I'm like, why not? I'll pay you if you'll do it, please. Okay. Speaking of soulmates that came out of nowhere, Shiranori, I'm putting them up there. I mean, we may move some of these around. For example, I feel like Kurosawa is like up there with Wakasawa and up there here. So I feel like we need to get them up there. Yeah. And do that. And let me organize these here. Kane, Furuya, and Sawamura. Kanesawa, yeah, get back there. Masako and Pudding, yeah. No, I like that. I like that where there's that. Yeah. But Shiranori came out in like the 11th hour. And then towards the end of Act 2, TJ started showing us all these flashbacks with Nori and Shirasu. And I was like, yeah, if you go back, they've been interacting since like the early volumes of Act 1, but it didn't hit me exactly like the influence each of them have had on each other. And I was like, oh, so it just kind of came out of nowhere. And I was like, okay. And yeah, I just did not expect it. It just came out of nowhere and was so interesting. And I didn't see it coming. So I really was surprised and kind of elated by the end of Act 2 when we got so much Shiranori content. I was all for it. I'm all for it. Like, I know some people think that they're platonic besties and they like them better as like just soulmates. But for me, I'm like, oh no, ship them suckers together. I love them. Speaking of soulmates and OTPs though, I'm going to go ahead and put this one right behind Misawa. And that is like Unamori and Now. Now, our Ugamori duo here, they are soulmates. They are OTP. Like, as soon as we had that episode with Ugamori's team, I was like, oh, yeah, no, that's an OTP right there. That is, like, to me, an OTP is when you can't picture them with any other character. And that's where Misawa kind of gets for me, because I can't picture Miyuki really I can picture Miyuki and Sawamura each with one other person. And that's what we'll probably put them up here with soulmates. Just because I don't have a guilty pleasure tab. But with Now and Umemiya, I can't picture them with anybody else. I can't picture this Ugamori duo with anyone else. It's just them with each other. And to me, that's an OTP. So major soulmates. I can't picture Nori or Shirasu with anybody else either. I think what's kind of interesting is Misawa. I can picture each of them with one other person, but that's it. But yeah, no, I love our duo of those two. I wish there was more fan fiction and more fan art of them together. I would read it in a heartbeat. Takatetsu, soulmates. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's rare usually with BL series, and I know Ace the Diamond is not technically a BL, But Takatetsu is like the one like girl guy ship that I'm like, yes, absolutely. I'm like, I cannot picture either of them with anybody else. That's them. They're there. It's great. Absolutely love it. Now, I will give you Takajun as my respect it, but it's not for me. Like, I like Takatetsu personally, but Takajun, I see it. I'm totally fine with it. I understand. I get where you're coming from with it. It's just not exactly my personal ship. And Tetsu Jun, you know what? I can also respect it too. It's fine. I get it. It's not my personal ship, but I respect. I like it. I think that I can definitely see the argument for it, as well as for Rio Jun. I get the argument for those too. So all of those Jun ships that are there, I totally get it, and I respect all of them. So cool. I would say, as far as platonic soulmates or BFFs for life, I think for Miyuki, the Tetsu Miyuki ship is definitely deserves to be up there. I feel like Tetsu is always trying to bring Miyuki out of his shell, kind of like Sawamura tries to do with Asada. Um, Tetsu realized the potential that Miyuki had as a captain, as a catcher, and as cleanup. He was like, you are going to be able to do this. You just need to get your head out of the gutter, quit thinking you're not worthy of it, and just accept and take the mantle, and you'll run with it and you'll do well. I think Tetsu knew that it was going to be a challenge for Miyuki at first, because of Miyuki's kind of troll personality, and he's kind of introverted and doesn't really want to like come out and boss people around. That's just not Miyuki's style. He just likes to be the cool kid, and Tetsu's like, this is going to be a learning curve, but he's like, I also know that you like challenges, and you're going to step up when it's time, because you're going to want to win. So I feel like Tetsu will always be there to play shogi with with Miyuki. And it's so funny because I'm actually watching a series now called March Comes In Like a Lion, which is about shogi, and there's been one episode where it's like a little side story, but it involves a baseball ace, and the baseball ace is voiced by the same VA as Tetsu, and both of them like to play shogi, and I'm like, what are the odds? I mean, could you imagine stepping into the voice actor booth, and they're like, okay, today you're going to be playing a high school baseball player who likes shogi in his spare time. Cool. And then years later, you go into this role and they're like, okay, today you're going to play a high school baseball player who wants to play shogi. And he's like, didn't I already do this? So I thought that was really super cute. But yeah, best friends forever. I'm all here for that with Tetsu and them. I don't think I have any more Tetsu ships that are on here. What else do we have here that I would consider to be cute? Oh, I think best friends would definitely be Seto Mura, Koshu, and Seto. I honestly thought at first, when Act 2 started and we got these two joining the team, I thought they were going to be a ship. I thought Seto and Koshu were going to be the ship. I was like, oh, childhood friends. They're coming in here and they're going to be a ship. No. Seto, like, instantly relegates to the back row where he's like, nah, I'm going to let you take this, Koshu. I'm going to sit back here. Yeah, he instantly, like, exited himself out of the romantic subplot line. And Koshu was like, yes. And I was like, okay. All right, but I really thought that they were going to be a ship, but instead they're like platonic soulmates, besties. Like Seto always has Koshu's back, and Koshu's like, please help. So nothing else with Seto in it. We're going to save a couple of these. I want to wait towards the end. I feel like I wanted to ship them so hard at the start of Act 2, and everybody was like, really? Them? But hear me out. Hear me out. Koshu and Asada. I wanted to ship them so much at the beginning before we realized Koshu and Sawamura were going to become a thing. But you know what? We all know in our heart of hearts that Sawamura is going to graduate the year after this one and go after Miyuki. We know that. Well, who's Koshu going to be left with? Who's going to be pitcher? Furuya is going to be gone. So it can't be Furuya. Nori's gone. Sawamura's gone. Who's our other pitchers? Asada's our southpaw. So, and Koshu's used to a southpaw. So, I'm just saying, I think that third year Asada steps up and Koshu as the third year catcher. I want to see a battery. I want to see the Koasa battery. I want to see it in action. I personally would ship it. I feel like it could be a cool ship. Koshu is so like a quiet, reserved, furious blue flame, and Asada seems like manic sparks everywhere. But I want to see like Asada rein it in, hone in that power, and Koshu to be confident. And I want to see a third year battery of those two. I don't think I'm asking for much, y'all, but they're definitely a cute ship. I think they elevate themselves up towards the top of it for me. I definitely think so. Mm-hmm. And I think that Seto and Koshu's friendships kind of elevate to the top as well. Okay, so as far as other cute ships, I really like Furu Yui. I think that ship is really super cute. I'm going to put it up here with the other first years. I just kind of like Sawamura and Koshu. I really like the idea that Furuya and Yui kind of become a ship. I like that. I like them as a battery. I like the idea you have your first year catchers, Koshu and Yui, with the second year pitchers. I think that's super cute. I like it. I think there's a lot of potential there, especially because Yui and Furuya both kind of like want to be the best in their field, and they have something to prove, and they're both hard workers and are willing to work for it, even if they're not initially successful. I think that Furuya and Yui both come at it from, they're like talented and instantly get recognized, but they both go through rough patches. And so they both have to overcome their hurdles and obstacles in front of them, which I think is perfectly fine. I like that. I think it could work really well. I'm in the same vein as Furuya and Yui. Kosawa is definitely up there for me. I'm going to put it up here, past like up here with Haru, Furu Haru, and Kurawaka. Koshu and Sawamura I think is really cute. I like them as a ship. I would love to see more of third year Sawamura and second year Koshu. I just like it because it's such a nice reversal of Misawa. I like it because it's a nice reversal of Misawa. You have, Miyuki was the second year that kind of had more experience, that knew a little bit more about the game and the structure. And Sawamura was the really fresh-faced, like fiery, has a fire under his belly, first year that wants to come in and do something. And so then you have it flipped, where you have Sawamura as the fiery second year that has the experience now, and Koshu as someone with something to prove, but they're just not as enthusiastic as Sawamura was. And they're kind of, similar to Sawamura, they're sort of dejected at first, but then they kind of get inspired by their senpai, just like how Sawamura was inspired by his senpai. And it kind of leads to them having a better dynamic together. I just wish we could see more with Koshu and Sawamura, but I'm so glad that this chapter gave us a little bit of that, like a little taste of it. Mwah. Absolutely 100% for it. Now, let's talk about Chris. Chris and Zen. Chris Zen, I think it's cute. We're going to put it up here. I like Chris and Zaizen. I like them. I shipped them very early on. Like in that first match, I was like, ooh, childhood friends with a backstory together. Yes, yes, yes. And so if you told me that Zaizen and Chris had a ship together, I'd be here for it. I like it. I like that the image they used to portray Chris in this tier is him with the blushy face. It works so perfect. But yeah, I'm here for Zaizen and Chris. I think that there's clear-cut reasoning for it. It makes sense. Chris kind of, has his moments with the other characters on Sato's team, but then I think as far as opponents go, this is the one that makes clear sense, right? And if we're going to talk about characters that deserve to be a ship, where is Tamba and Matobi? Is that a ship on there? Is Tamba and Matobi had better be a ship? Is it not? Is it not a ship? Is Tamba and Matobi not a ship? Excuse me? Where are they? What? How did you not have Tamba and Matobi from Ichidai? How did you not have them as a ship? Oh my god. Tier, you have failed. You have failed tremendously. It would be up here in Soulmates. If we had Tamba with Matobi from Ichidai third, it would be up here under Soulmates, just so you all are aware. I can't believe they left that ship out. They had Karisawa, but didn't have Matobi and Tamba? How dare you? So, yeah, Tamba and Miyuki, no. Maybe if you want to torture Miyuki, what I liked early on about Ace of the Diamond was the fact that not all the players liked each other. That the series establishes very early on that you don't have to like somebody. And so Miyuki kind of not liking Tamba, but just being like, I have a job as a catcher, so I'm going to do the best I can for you, sir. I was like, ooh, okay, stir the tea. I thought that was really, really good. And that really made me like this series a lot. So, yeah, no, I would not ship Tamba and Miyuki. They don't like each other. They just tolerate each other for the sake of the team, right? Now Chris and Tamba, it's not my cup of tea, but I get it. They established that throughout season 1. So if you were gonna ship them, I get that. That makes sense to me. I can see it. It's fine. As far as other ships involving other players, oh yeah, Mukai with his pitcher, they're cute. I like them. I think they're a fun ship. I like them as a ship because he's so stern and serious, and Mukai is such a brat. It kind of gives me the Harada Mei vibes, but I feel like Harada has a little bit more of a warm, fuzzy teddy bearness to him, whereas Mukai and the other one, Inu, he's like a bolt of lightning. Literally, right? I don't know if he has the same warmth to him, but their dynamic functions in kind of a similar fashion. I respect the Teo Mai relationship, honestly. Speaking of Mukai, I get why they would ship them together. I can't put them under why would anyone ship them because I get it. I really do. Mukai and Mei are like brat on brat. It's like brat on brat shipping. If you want just pure chaos and just bitchiness 24/7 and them throwing shade back and forth at them, I'm not saying it's sustainable, but I could see why you would like it. So I could see that ship being a thing. That's fine. Kurashira. I don't mean this in a bad way, but I don't know why you would ship them. I guess they kind of are either, I don't consider them BFFs, so I don't want to put them up here under best friends for life, but I honestly don't really see the ship. I mean, they're on the same team together and they're the same year and they've been in scenes together. But I guess I don't see it. And I don't mean why would anyone ship them in a bad way on this one. I'm just curious because I don't quite see it. So there's that. Definitely Sonata and Raichi. Yeah, put them up there. Put them up there as an OTP. I really love Sonata and Raichi. I mean, at this point, Sonata has practically been adopted into Raichi's family. He is an honorary Todoroki. Daddy Todoroki would sign the adoption papers right now if he had the consent. So I think the Sonata being with Raichi makes a lot of sense, but also like Raichi is this little big ball of chaos that's just really introverted and quiet offside the field, whereas Sonata is kind of like smooth and calm and chill all the time. So I feel like he's a nice buffer and foil for Raichi. But if you put them under platonic soulmates and BFFs, Raichi and Sonata, I can understand that too. I just like Sonata and Raichi as a ship. They're so weird as a ship that I really like it because I don't feel like people, when you look at those characters, you don't see it. You're like, why would those two characters be together? And then when you see them interact with one another, you're like, oh, gotcha. Miyuki and Chris are definitely BFFs though. I definitely consider Miyuki and Chris up there. They are definitely like the senpai, and we might as well just put Chris and Sawamura up there. Where are they at? Where's Sawamura and Chris? Where would be that? Yes, Chris Sawa. We're gonna put them right up there too. I feel like we'll put them here. Yep. I feel like Chris and Sawamura and Chris and Miyuki, they're like a triangle of platonic best friendship. I feel like you could definitely ship Sawamura and Chris and ship Miyuki and Chris, and I don't think I'd blame you. But I feel like Chris is right up there with Kuramochi as being the best man for both of these characters. That's honestly what would happen. You know what? I feel like Kuramochi would be like Miyuki's best man, and then Chris would be like right up there as the best man. Chris would be officiating the wedding. Let's be real. Wakana would be Sawamura's best man or bridesmaid or maid of honor. Miyuki would have Kuramochi as the groomsman. Chris would go get officiated, get his online certificate, and would show up in a tux and officiate the wedding. He would have catcher's gear on, ready to officiate. That's exactly what would happen. Chris is going to be the one to marry those two. I am fully convinced by it. And yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. But he's just their best friend. I feel like at the very beginning, here's the thing. Even though I didn't quite see Sawamura and Miyuki at the very start of this, I still viewed Chris and Sawamura as like the mentor-mentee relationship. I didn't romantically see the two of them together like I did with Miyuki and Sawamura. So, best friends for life, though. Okay. Mizuno and Miyuki. No. I'm kind of torn between why would anyone ship them and I respect it for not for me. Because I guess I'd put it down here and why would anyone ship them. Again, not in a bad way. I don't see the romantic connection between the two of them at all. So I just see them as friends, but they're not like up there in best friend land. So I feel like it's like, yeah, I guess. Same with Kurozono. I don't quite see it either. I'm not meaning to shame Zono from relationships. I honestly don't see Zono with anybody, if I'm being honest. I just never shipped him with anybody in the series. I was like, it's fine. Sawamura and Tyre, cute. Put it with the pudding. I mean, it's cute. It's adorable. There's gonna be a lot of cute ones, I feel, that are left. Takamaru. I don't quite see it. I don't quite see Taka and Maru. No. I mean, if you do, that's cool. I just don't exactly see it. Shira Miyuki. Oh no, absolutely not. Shirasu wants to like kill Miyuki, not be in a romantic relationship with him. Unless you're like into ultimate enemies to lovers, then maybe. Maybe, but no, I don't think so. Now, Carlos and Shira, I don't personally ship Shirasu really with anybody, but if you ship Carlos and Shirasu, I respect it. I see you. I see this, honestly, but I can get behind that, so that's fine. I kind of have like a guilty pleasure ship, and it's not nearly up there like with Haruichi and Furuya or Yui and Furuya, but a girl can multi-ship. I kind of, hear me out, I kind of like the Hongo and Furuya ship. I think it's kind of cute. I like it because I wish we got more development with Hongo. Same with Hongo and his catcher. I mean, Hongo's catcher take precedence. Let's be real. But I feel like Hongo and the catcher, they are primarily a cute ship. I like them a lot. But I kind of like am sort of into Hongo and Furuya. I kind of like it. I think there's some potential there. I think that Furuya, you know, he's the boy from the north that came to the big city and left his teammates behind, according to Hongo. And Hongo's like, you didn't stay in the rural area to get better, so I'm gonna show you. It has like an enemies to lovers vibe, and I'm kind of here for it. I can respect that. I'm into it. I want to see more. I want to see more. Sanasawa, I respected it, but it's not for me. I get the Sonata and Sawamura ship. I've seen people talk about that ship. I see it. I respect it. I feel like, you know, Sonata is more of a friend to Sawamura than anything, but I'm okay with it. It's kind of like Raichi and Sawamura. I feel like Sonata would be there by proxy. So I get the ship, but it's not for me. Not my cup of tea. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're getting down to May and some of these other ones. Interesting. I also think that Sonata and Miyuki, do I get it or no, I'm going to put it under there. I just don't see it. No, I don't see the Sonata and Miyuki. And you may be like, but you saw Sonata and Sawamura. I'm like, yeah, because they're both pitchers. And I know that doesn't make sense initially because you're like, well, what about the batteries and everything? But here's the thing. Sonata and Miyuki were never a battery together in the manga, not even at the camp, because Terajima knew it's too much hotness. Miyuki and Sonata are too hot to ship together. No. It's like, you know, those celebrity couples that they're so hot, you're like, this is not sustainable. It's kind of like Shirasu and Miyuki. With Shirasu and Miyuki, it's not sustainable because they hate each other so much and there's nothing there to build off of. Sonata and Miyuki, it's so hot it would just melt. The ship just melts. The ship is too heavy with fangirls. It sinks to the bottom of the ocean and we can't have it. It is for our best interest as shippers that we don't go there with Sonata and Miyuki. Just let them go with their other partners and stay away from one another. We don't need it. It's for the best. Now, Kanemaru and Tojo, I really think they're cute. I like them as a ship. We're going to put them up here. I like them as a ship a lot. I like Kanemaru and Tojo. They're a really good ship. I think that they're a lot of fun. I honestly was shipping them up until we had, well, basically they're probably my best Kanemaru and Tojo. Yeah, because I like Shira and Nori. So yeah, I would say Kanemaru and Tojo. I like them a lot. I think they're a good ship. They're a lot of fun to watch throughout this. Any other ones with Kanemaru? No. Miyuki and Nabe? No. Here's the thing. I see it. I see it, but it's meh. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I mean, I see it. I've seen some people argue for Miyuki and Nabe as a ship, and I was like, but I feel like it's a really weak ship. It's like a sailboat. It's not even a yacht. It's like just a little sailboat. It's like one of those little dinghies out in the water. It's staying afloat. I see it out there floating, but I don't quite understand. It's not sank to the bottom like the Sonata and Miyuki ship, but it's, I don't know about that one. Here's where it gets hard, y'all. Here's where it gets hard. Now, I will say Furuya and Miyuki, to me, they're platonic besties. We're going to put them up here. Yeah, to me, they're platonic besties. I like Furuya and Miyuki. I've always liked their friendship. I've always liked their friendship and how Miyuki was the first person to catch Furuya's balls. He was really excited about that. I feel like just as Sawamura has reverence for Chris, Furuya has reverence for Miyuki. That is the best way to describe it. And there's people that could ship Furuya and Miyuki together, just like there are people that could ship Sawamura and Chris together. And neither of you would be wrong. But for me, I think of it as Furuya is always going to revere Miyuki and kind of idolize him the same way that Sawamura is always going to revere and kind of idolize Chris. Like for Miyuki can do no wrong in Furuya's eyes, like Chris can do no wrong in Sawamura's eyes. And that's where those ships go, right? As far as Nori and Miyuki, I can see it, honestly. Yeah, we'll put it up there. I can see it. I didn't see it till the end of Act 2, but the whole arc where Nori is questioning, whether he's going to play baseball after high school, and Miyuki's like, well, of course you are. You're going to play pro, and Nori's like, really, you think? And it's like that moment, at that moment, I could definitely see the people shipping Miyuki and Nori because of that like tense relationship and the angst and everything there. Like if you want to go read an angsty bad ending fanfic, then you read the one where Nori doesn't go pro and he leaves Miyuki behind. That's what you read. So I respect it and I get it. It's just not for me. Mima and Miyuki. Oh my god, Mima and Miyuki. Oh no. I respect it, but it's not for me. I can see it because Mima keeps like kind of antagonizing Miyuki, texting him, being like, how are you doing in the series? What's happening with you? What's going on with you? What's going on? But Mima's also kind of weird. And he's like, I don't know. He's like a tech kid that's just like, kind of just antagonizing Miyuki, but doesn't know what to do when he gets done. And Miyuki's like, why are you bothering me? So I also feel like Miyuki is attracted to diva personalities. Big, outgoing diva personalities. Sawamura, Kuramochi, Mei. He's attracted to these big Tauros, and I know that Mei is a Capricorn, but these big, giant personalities. And Mima is just not a giant personality. He's kind of like the Sonata and Miyuki boat, where it's like, but I definitely see it. I see it. It's just, I don't think it's feasible. No, it's just not my cup of tea. So now we're left with these ships that I wish I had like undecided. Here's the thing. I cannot decide to this day whether I ship Kuramochi with Haruichi or Rio. I can't decide. I cannot decide. I feel like it's all hingent upon. Here's the thing. I always tend to lean more towards Rio and Kuramochi because I can't see Rio with anybody else to ship with. Right? That's my thing. I always kind of lean more towards Kuramochi shipping with Rio. I think because I feel bad for Rio. Because I could ship Haruichi with Furuya. Or I could ship Haruichi with Kuramochi. But outside of Kuramochi, I don't know who else to ship Rio with. I guess I could do June, but no. So I think that's why I think it's just out of like guilt that I want to ship Kuramochi and Rio together. But I really like Haruichi with Kuramochi. But then there are times where I want Haruichi and Kuramochi to be up here in this platonic soulmate area. So I think they're both cute ships. I just can't decide between them. So I'm just going to leave them there. But I like both of them. If you told me that one ended up becoming endgame and the other didn't, Kuramochi could end up being in the Kaminato family either way. So we win either way, right? Right. Their foster children are still going to look like a Kaminato. So no matter what happens, I just imagine they go to do like IVF to get kids and Haruichi or Rio are both like, we're the ones donating. And Kuramochi's like, yes, you are. Okay, sure. Like that's what's going to happen, right? They're like, we're going to be the dad. And they're all going to be like pink-eyed, same eye. And then the dad's like in the background being like, sorry, the genetics don't pass on unless you're from the Kaminato side. So we're basically left with Mei ships. And we have Amahisa on here. And we have Koshu and Miyuki. Oh, Koshu and Miyuki. Ooh. I feel like Koshu and Miyuki is kind of like a cross between Shirasu and Miyuki and that Koshu would be like, no. And like Chris and Miyuki where they're like best friends for life. I respect it. That's where I'm going to put it. I see it. I see the Koshu ship for Miyuki. I do. I can see it. It's not for me. I would rather Koshu be with Asada or Sawamura than with Miyuki. I think Koshu would just be like with Miyuki, but if you like that opposites attract sort of thing, sure, we could see that. So now we're down with Amahisa, Sawamura, and all the Mei ships. Okay. This is why I need my guilty pleasure like area because if you put them up there in soulmates, can you put them up in multiple soulmates? Can you do that? Because can we have alternate timelines? Can we do that? Okay, let's get this out of the way. Mei Sawa, I respect it. First and foremost, I have actually seen some fan fiction. After I finished Ace of the Diamond, I was like, oh, I can read fan fiction now. Yes. So have I read some Mei Sawa fan fiction? I have. They've not been my best cup of tea. I kind of read them and was like, it's okay. But I respect it because it's like, I like the angle of it that Mei doesn't understand what the big deal about Sawamura is until he gets around Sawamura and gets to know him personally. And then he's like, oh, okay, I get it now. So I like that angle of Mei Sawa, and I respect it. So if you ship them, I totally get it. But it's not for me. Now, I'm about to put these two up here in soulmates because like Kura Rio and it's Haru Haru. Oh my god, Kuraharu. Like Kuraharu and Kura Rio. I can't decide, but I love both of these ships so intensely that they have to go into soulmates. And that is Itsume and Harume. I can't decide. Y'all. Harada and Itsuki just need to get together and decide to be in a polygamous relationship with Mei and just stop there. That will solve all problems. I think that will be fine. Or do a timeshare with him. I don't know. Here's my thing, and we've debated heavily about it in the Discord. Harada and Mei were like one of my early ships in the series. Like the moment I saw them together, I was like, ooh, yes, you guys are a ship. I love this. But the longer the series went on, and I was hardcore Harume, like hardcore. I was like, they are the ship. They are it. And then as we got into Act 2 and saw more with Itsuki and Mei, I was like, oh man. I started to think of Harada and Mei kind of as maybe like a Chris and Miyuki or a Chris and Sawamura, where Harada was more of the like mentor to Mei, and Itsu was the relationship for Mei. So that's kind of what makes me a little bit hesitant. Like a part of me wants to take Harame and put it under platonic soulmates, besties for life. Like I can't decide if I want to do that or not. Do I want to put them under here or leave them together? Because then as soon as I want to put them over here, I see like a piece of fan art or a piece of fan fiction with Harada and Mei, and I'm like, oh, but you know what? Yeah, I think we gotta cut the cord, jump the nest. I'm gonna put them like at platonic soulmates, besties for life. I definitely feel like Harada will be a part of Mei's life forever, and I will always ship Harada and Mei. Like, will do nonstop. But Itsuki and Mei had a chapter called Power of Love dedicated to them. Like a Power of Love chapter! It was literally like TJ was saying, hey, Itsuki is for Mei. He is the grounding, because Harada is stern with Mei. But when you think about it, Harada does come across as kind of having like a parental vibe with Mei, being like, are you sure you want to do this, Mei? And like kind of mentoring and guiding him like a senpai. But for Itsuki to be like with Mei, despite Mei being the senpai, I feel like Koshu is jealous because Itsuki has with Mei what Koshu wants with Sawamura. And Itsuki's just like, okay, Mei, this is what we're going to do. And Mei's like, well, fine, I guess. But I really love Itsuki and Mei together, and the Power of Love chapter, the fact that Itsuki indulges Mei, but Mei respects him, and just their dynamic. I like Itsuki and Mei a lot. This video is proving that I may like Itsuki and Mei more than Harada and Mei as a romantic ship, but I still want Mei, and I feel like Harada would be the best man at Itsuki and Mei's wedding, and vice versa. So, fair enough. That leaves us with Miyuki and Mei and Amasawa and Amahisa and Sawamura. I really like both of these ships a lot. I'm gonna put Mei here. Miyuki and Mei. I like them as a ship. They're not soulmates for me because I want Sawamura and Miyuki to be soulmates, but I love this ship a lot. And damn, TJ loves this ship a lot. There are so many moments in Ace of the Diamond with Miyuki and Mei's flashback, with the games against one another. I love their dynamic, and they have so much chemistry. Like, just their chemistry, like, exudes off the page, like the history, the dynamics. But the thing about it is, they're almost platonic soulmates, Mei and Miyuki. It's not so much like, I never get the vibe of, oh, they want to go make out in a corner somewhere. I get the vibe of they're going to play baseball against each other forever. Like, that's the vibe that I get from them. So maybe they belong up there next to Harume, like in the platonic friends for life. But I always feel like Mei and Miyuki are going to play against one another, and they're going to have this like, and yes, like attitude with one another. But I never imagine it going anywhere romantically like it does for me with Sawamura and Miyuki, or with Mei and Itsuki. So I feel like they're going to be like the best friends that everybody thinks are dating, but are not dating. That's Mei and Miyuki. Same thing with Amahisa and Sawamura. I freaking love them as a ship. I think it's hilarious that there's only one person that Miyuki feels threatened by. It's not really Koshu. Miyuki's like, oh, I know, you're Koshu, but you're not going to have a whole place in your heart like I do with Sawamura. He just knows, right? He can have Koshu walk into his room and not feel threatened. Amahisa makes Miyuki nervous. And Amahisa's like the one person that Miyuki's like, stay away from my man. And I'm like, the angst, the drama. I just feel like Amahisa, if you've ever watched RuPaul's Drag Race, there's a drag queen called Scarlet Envy that's like, am I the drama? And I feel like Amahisa's like, me? Am I the drama? like just coming in here. And the thing about it is, I think Amahisa likes Sawamura, but at the end of the day, he just wants to be his friend. He just wants to like text him and like share pitching tips. And like, I feel like the best dynamic for me is that Amahisa and Sawamura, they just want to like swap pitching ideas and like have this great moment. And Miyuki's like, are you trying to hit on him? Like Miyuki getting jealous of Amahisa. I live. So I'm all here for it. Same with Mei and Miyuki. I feel like Amahisa and Sawamura would never go anywhere romantically, but they would just be like, are we just friends? And then Miyuki's like, are you dating? And then Mei and Miyuki are like, we're just friends. And Sawamura's like, are you dating? Like, I feel like it's the same kind of triangle. just a different flavor. Yeah, so there we go. The only thing I'm regretting right now is not really having a place for Sonata and Miyuki. I feel like they were just too much to handle. They were just too much for this world to handle, and so we couldn't do it. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah. I feel so happy right now. I'm so happy that we had this moment to go through the last chapter. I'm so excited. I love the fact that I've gotten these wonderful, wonderful things. Yay, Raw. And I'm really excited that I'm now caught up with Ace of the Diamond until we get word for season 4. And let me tell you, when season 4 gets announced, girl is gonna be on it. It's not gonna be we'll wait till I have an open spot. No, it's gonna be a week to week thing. Just so you know. It's either gonna be week to week or it's gonna be every 3 weeks. It'll probably be every 3 weeks. So we can do like we normally did where it was 3 episodes in one. That's what it would be. It would be an every 3 week event so that I could do my normal 3 episodes in one moment. But fingers crossed, right? That we get to that point. But yeah, if you're on the Discord on Patreon, please join us. We share fan art. There's so much Ace of the Diamond fan art out there. We share it all the time. We talk about characters. There's people that are new watching the series that probably will not get to this video for a while, that are enjoying the show, and we're talking with them. It's a lot of fun. It's fun to actually get to spoiler box in that channel, and I get to be the one holding secrets from someone, so it's exciting. But yeah, this was such a wonderful video. I'm so happy to make it. So, joy. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back again, hopefully soon, with more Ace of the Diamond. Bye!